Have you ever wondered how a small town on the banks of the Tiber River became one of the most powerful empires the world has ever seen? An empire of emperors and legions, of conquests and collapses, of Julius Caesar, gladiators, and grand monuments that still stand today. This is the entire history of the Roman Empire, told in one epic journey, from its mythic beginnings to its ultimate fall. Buckle up. We're diving into nearly 1,500 years of history. Legend says Rome was founded by two brothers, Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf. Whether myth or truth, the city's beginnings are as dramatic as its history. Rome started as a monarchy, ruled by kings. But not just Roman kings. The last few were Etruscans, neighbors from the north. It was during this early period that the foundations of Roman culture, religion, and society began to form, including the Forum, the Latin language, and the Roman gods. But in 509 BCE, the Romans said, "No more kings." They overthrew the monarchy and birthed a new system, the Roman Republic. The Roman Republic was a bold experiment, a government without a king, run by elected officials, consuls, senators, and assemblies. But make no mistake, this wasn't democracy for all. Only male citizens had political power, and the elite patricians held most of it. Despite internal struggles, like the conflict between patricians and plebeians, Rome expanded rapidly. They defeated their neighbors, then the Samnites. Then came their greatest rival, Carthage. The Punic Wars were brutal. Hannibal crossed the Alps with elephants. Rome burned Carthage to the ground. But by the end, Rome controlled the western Mediterranean. Power grew, wealth grew, but so did inequality, corruption, and ambition. Enter Julius Caesar. A brilliant general and populist, Caesar broke the rules. He crossed the Rubicon River with his army, a direct challenge to the Senate. He won a civil war, declared himself dictator for life, and in 44 BCE, he was assassinated. But instead of saving the Republic, his death marked the beginning of its end. Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, rose from the ashes. After defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra, he became Rome's first emperor, taking the name Augustus in 27 BCE. He didn't call himself a king, but he held all the power, and under Augustus, Rome entered its golden age. This was the Pax Romana, 200 years of relative peace and prosperity. Rome's population boomed, trade flourished, roads stretched across 3 continents. Emperors like Trajan expanded the empire to its greatest extent, from Britain to the Middle East. Hadrian built walls to protect the borders. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, fought off invasions and wrote meditations. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. After Marcus Aurelius died, his son Commodus ushered in an era of decline. The crisis of the 3rd century saw 50 years of chaos. Emperors rose and fell in rapid succession. Some ruled for months. Some were killed by their own guards. Plagues, economic collapse, civil wars, barbarian invasions. It seemed Rome might fall apart entirely, but one man stepped in to save it, Diocletian. He made a bold move. He divided the empire in 2, east and west, hoping smaller units would be easier to govern. It worked, for a while. Then came Constantine the Great, the first Christian emperor. He claimed he saw a cross in the sky before a key battle and converted soon after. In 313, the Edict of Milan legalized Christianity. By 330, Constantine moved the capital to a new city, Constantinople, the New Rome in the east. Christianity was now central to Roman identity, but this new unity would soon be tested again. After Constantine, the divide between East and West grew. The Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine, thrived. But the Western Roman Empire crumbled. Germanic tribes, the Visigoths, Vandals, Huns, pushed into Roman lands. In 410, Rome was sacked for the first time in 800 years. In 476 CE, The last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by a Germanic general, and just like that, the Western Roman Empire was gone. But Rome didn't vanish. The Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantines, lasted another 1,000 years until 1453. And even after that, the idea of Rome endured. It lived on in language. Latin became the root of Italian, French, Spanish, and more. It lived on in law, in architecture, in religion. From the U.S. Senate to Renaissance art, to the very alphabet you're reading now, Rome is everywhere. So the next time you see a Roman column, or walk a cobblestone street, or hear the phrase, "all roads lead to Rome," know that it's more than just history. It's a story still shaping our world. Thanks for watching the entire history of the Roman Empire. If you enjoyed this journey through time, like, comment, and subscribe for more epic history stories. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day.